What's up, everybody? It's Brandon from Box Office Banner Cult Flick Symposium. I almost brought myself out to the theater to see this one, and I'm glad I didn't. A Haunting in Venice, people. You know, continuing with these, what was it, Kenneth Branagh. I don't even know how to say his damn name. You know, he's like the world's greatest detective, all that good shit, right? These movies seem to be pretty, favorably viewed. I don't see anybody over the moon about them, but, those movies you go to, you're like, okay, yeah, still good, still good. And I'm the guy on the outside looking in that I cannot get into these. Murder on the Orient Express, the first one, I watched it. I was kind of on board, like what I was saying to other people will normally do when they watch these movies. I was like, that's pretty good. I'm not over the moon about it. It was pretty good, like I said. Then Death on the Nile came out, man, and I picked this movie apart. Like, I mean, I'm not just saying that like I'm some genius. Like, I was literally in the theater like, this is what's going to happen next. This is going to happen next. This is going to happen next. These are who the killers are. It just did not do anything for me. And then this one comes out, and honestly, after Death on the Nile, I was like, okay, maybe I don't even want to see this. Maybe I don't, but a little something happened. Michelle Yeoh is in this movie. And if you know me, I fucking love this woman. And it was cool to see her get another, more major role in the more Hollywood guys' spotlight rather than just kung fu movies after her success of Everything Everywhere All at Once, which was amazing. And it was so cool to see her in a role like that. And I was like, maybe she could kill it. And you know what? They do the little spin where they're like, okay, we're going to add in some creepy ghosts into this. Is there actually ghosts? Got suckered in again, man. And let me just say, Murder on the Orient Express, I don't even really enjoy that movie that much anymore. I think I was just fooled. This movie, man, for me, not even just this movie, this whole trilogy, it's like I don't want to say a pile of shit because they're not complete garbage, but just for the sake of what I'm about to say, I'll call that it's like a pile of shit in fancy wrapping paper. It's that type of vibe. Like, it looks good. And I even like the shots in this movie. There's some people that complain about his more just like the odd shots. He'll use like different angles, and it's like, why are you doing? I think it's cool. I like it. Mix it up, switch it up. Yeah, like, I don't even like that. Like, dude, mix it up. Cinematography, make it your playground. And you gotta say, Venice looks beautiful in this movie. And Venice, for whatever reason, has always been an eye catcher to me. So it was another thing I thought could help this movie. But other than the way it's shot, I just don't like anything. It's it always has all this, this great cast in it, and it just turns out an average movie. Like, if you have this good of a cast and this is all you can put out, that makes it worse to me. If you have an average group of people and you put something out like this, I'm like, okay, well, they kind of exceeded. It was all right. But when you have these stacked casts, you look at the cover, it's got every name. It's not like 3 names. You got fucking like 20, and you're just like, wow, look at everybody in this movie. And you walk away from it like, yeah, it was passable. No, it's not. It needs to be better. It needs to be better. That is what these movies and this movie is to me. It looks good on paper, but when you dig a little deeper, it's not as good. It looks beautiful cinematography, but the mystery and shit like that isn't as good as it seems to me. It feels like when I'm watching these movies too, and this one more recent, the one I'm actually reviewing right now, let's really hone in on this one. It feels like it thinks it's smarter than it really is. Like, when I'm watching this movie, it legitimately feels that way. Like, when I'm watching it, it almost feels like, that's right. Did you see that coming? It's like, yeah, bro, I did. That was pretty unique how we did. Like, I mean, it was okay. Looked cool, but the movie as a whole, what you're pulling from, just isn't that good. It's just every time. It's this guy, they get there, and then out of nowhere, no one can leave. No one can leave. And then it's like, or it was you, or was it you, or was it you, or was it you? And then we get to the ending, and it's like, I knew it was you. It just doesn't work. The formula doesn't work. It's not as smart as it thinks it is. To me, and this is all to me, people, I'm just kind of fed up with these movies, so it sounds like I'm coming on a little stronger, and I can't get behind it anymore. And let's not even begin to talk about the main thing that drew me in here that probably would not be the main thing that drew everybody else in. Michelle Yeoh in this movie, do not like the way her character was treated in this movie. I'll just word it that way. Because Michelle, man, like what I needed in this film from her to make this movie, step up and maybe be a little bit better than Death on the Nile, I did not get at all. And once again, I was not satisfied with the final, like, oh, this is who did it twist and all that shit. And this mustache twirling Kenneth Branagh, the character, it doesn't work for me at all. And these movies are probably better than I'm giving them credit for, as hard as that is to admit, but they do not do anything for me at all. It is literally, for me, the definition of a movie that on paper looks like it's fucking top notch, but when you pull it apart and pick it apart, it shouldn't be out there on that front shelf. It should be in the bargain bin as that movie that you discover at random and you're like, oh, that was actually like okay for a bargain bin, but it doesn't deserve to be upper echelon. And that's what the movie feels like it presents, and it just never delivers on, and I'm tired of it, and I'll probably get suckered into the next one. And then for them to add in this ghost story type of shit, it felt like that felt forced. It was like, well, we gotta fucking do something to spotlight. Why don't we add ghosts? Like, we didn't need that. When you watch the movie, it feels like one of those trailers too that feels falsely advertised, which, that might be on the trailer. People, I can't with these movies anymore, man. I'm not interested in them. Don't like them. I don't think this is a good movie. Again, like crap and fancy wrapping paper, and I'm not going to fall for it. I hope you're not. Just kidding. You can fall for it. You can eat it up. It might even be something that you feel like you fall for. You might be like, God damn, these movies are genius. That's great. That's you. For me, just doesn't connect. I hate to say that. I love a good fucking murder mystery movie, and I like some of these fucking actors in it. That's part of what pisses me off. I don't even dislike Kenneth Branagh. I think he's good, but it just isn't good to me. Am I crazy? Am I fucking crazy? It's okay. You can call me an asshole. You can call me crazy. I just don't like it. Ugh. Ugh. When I watch it, I'm just like, ugh, what are they? Ugh, really? Ugh, you think? Ugh. We're pretty smart, aren't we? This feels like it's radiating off my TV, and I'm sitting back there like, this is so dumb. Sorry. Love you guys. Peace. Sorry if I pissed you off. Like, share, comment. Maybe tell me about it. Ooh. Love you guys, though. Either way. We can't agree on every movie. Deuces. It's starting to storm.